Views up. Get them eyeballs. You know what I'm saying?
They're glued to the seat over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh
what'd you do
man.
today? Anything fun?
I just did the most fun thing of all. Is I took a mid-afternoon clothes on top of the bed, but not under the covers nap in like an awkward position like this. So I woke up, my hair was all messed up, and my neck kind of hurt. But ooh, baby, those 2 hours of like half sleep, where you wake up every like 20 minutes, and you look at the clock and like, oh, I can do this for a while, and I'm gonna keep on doing this for a while. And that's what I did. That was my
Dude,
afternoon.
you were living the dream.
Whew, felt good. And the best part was I was like half asleep, and I'm hearing Kim get all the kids ready, and I'm like, I should probably help.
You should have helped.
I was sleeping. It felt too good. Felt too good.
Dude, I was there. I was same, except I had grandma's blanket.
Ooh,
My grandma knit a blanket for
Afghan.
300 hours, and she gave it to me as a wedding gift. And it looks like grandma made it. And yeah, so I took my daughter to the Children's Museum today. We went to the Minecraft exhibit, and we walked around for 3 hours, and then we spent an hour and a half trying to go get a favorite meal. And then we get there and we park, and it was a fiasco, and we find out they're closed because tomorrow's Easter.
Oh, true that.
It's a bunch of nose-pierced hippies in that place, and they're closed for Easter the day before. And
Easter Eve, obviously.
so we all drove home angry, just hangry. And then I worked in the kitchen for a couple hours, and then my back was hurting, so I went and laid down and I was dead to the world nap. It was great.
That's good. How long? You get 2-3
Hour and a
hours.
half.
It's good. It's solid. You can't overdo it. That's the problem with those naps. Is you go
Yes.
past like 2 or 3, you're just go to bed. You're done. Go to bed.
No. You're kind of screwed no matter what. Like if you lay down at 7 and you sleep till 10:30, and then you wake up and you're like, should I just go to
Looks like
bed?
I'm gonna have a fun night of watching really weird TV all night long.
What'll happen is you'll sleep till 2, and then you'll wake up and go, oh, I got 7 hours sleep, and now what?
Feel great. You went to Minecraft exhibit. It sounds like a place where an architect has a really lazy excuse just to draw blocks. Like put some cinder blocks over there, some cinder blocks over there, make some other blocks over there.
It's mostly made out of foam.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of foam. A lot of characters from the game were built life size so the kids could stand next to it and they could like regale themselves with, oh, I saw an Enderman.
So I don't only know some of the characters in Minecraft look like, because I played it a couple times. That sounds terrifying because the characters don't look pleasant, right? They're not like smiling.
Not terrifying. They're block shaped. They're made out of blocks.
Okay. I guess I got killed by whatever the thing is that chases you at the beginning of the show, and that thing freaked me out. My
The green creeper
game?
probably got you.
The what?
Green creeper probably got you.
Yeah, I think it was a creeper. That sounds familiar now.
Did it hiss at you and then explode?
It's been a while, but I remember I'm like, I didn't know you could die in this game. How did I just die? That was terrifying for a kid. I don't know. Came out of nowhere.
When Charlotte isn't playing Minecraft, she wants to watch YouTube channels of people playing Minecraft. So she watches some moron play Minecraft, like, and he's just obnoxious, hard to listen to. So we make her turn the volume down until we can't take it anymore, and then we make her turn it off, and she's just grumpy for 20 minutes.
Camden knows, like, so if you got to take all the video game franchises, I know everyone has the one that's closest to their heart. Mine is and always has been for my whole life, Mario. Since I was 5 years old. Mario. Sonic can take a spin. He can get out of here. Fuck Sonic. Like, whatever. Sega, Nintendo is where it's at. So when I overheard my son watching YouTube videos of it's me and Mario jumping around, I thought he wasn't paying attention. He's just watching it like cartoons. He harassed me to get Mario out when he found out what a video game was. And we've been playing Mario Odyssey together on Nintendo Switch. And I am enjoying how calm he is while I play it. You get, it's 2-player technically. So I'm playing with a controller and I'm playing as Mario, and he's playing as the Hat. and every time he presses a button, it's the wrong time. So the only time I'm ever talking to him is I'm yelling, get on my head, get back on my head, get back on my head. But it's a blast.
Yeah, Mario's great. I'm trying to think of the one that we play together. It's sort of a redo of the original Super Mario Brothers. So it looks and plays like the original, but it's enhanced, right?
Yeah.
And we play that one together, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. The new movie's out, the Mario movie. We saw a preview for it, and it actually looks good, but I'm hearing it's terrible.
Don't say that. Don't taint it. I'll just go into it with
Haygood says it's very entertaining, so
good.
I trust him. Chris Emmett's here from YouTube. Hey guys, in case you didn't know, we're also on YouTube.
Oh, I actually haven't. Now I have to pay attention to it. Chris Pratt voices Mario, and he doesn't have an accent, right? That is kind of. I don't know if I can deal with that. I'm gonna have to see it.
I don't know. I heard Mr. T was going to do it when Disney was in charge, but then Disney wasn't in charge, so they changed it. Yep. Dan Tan fell asleep at the Mario movie. How dare you? Sick Nasty's here. What's up, Sick Nasty?
Oh, I got to pin this thing.
I pinned it already.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, we have.
Chris Emmett says he couldn't find the link in Facebook. So in Facebook, when you go to the group, as soon as we go live, it shows up as a recent post, and then Tom and I will pin it to the top of the group. So when you log in, when you go to the group, you should see it as one of the pinned post. So it should be there. As long as we remember to do it. Sometimes we don't remember to do it, but then when we notice nobody's watching, that's how we know.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tom, we got a shitload of viewers tonight. I think people are here because they want to talk about Eric Glesser.
Yesterday was a good day. So, I mean, last, 30 hours or whatever has just been like recovery from the massive avalanche of awesomeness that was yesterday's interview.
Let me guess. Do you remember that Johnny Carson bit where he would hold the envelope to his forehead?
I actually do.
And then he'd tear it open.
And then he'd PLO, the
club coin. Yeah. Everybody seemed to really key in on some things. So I wonder what everybody's favorite part of the interview was. So why don't you hit us with some comments? Tell us what your favorite part of the interview was.
Oh, wait. Okay, I'm going to read this. Mario Brothers is sick, but Mario is the last name. So is Mario?
His name is Mario.
Or is it undisclosed first name Mario? That would, if his first name is not Mario, I'm going to freak out.
I knew a kid in middle school who didn't want anyone to know that his brother's middle name was actually a reindeer name. So he used to say that his brother's name was Bill William Smith. And we were like, your brother's name is William Smith?
No, it's Bill.
So we would call him Billiam just because it was funny. And his older brother was a lot bigger than us, so he would chase us. Could it be that people want to...
This is my favorite thing is Chris Ortiz's comment.
What's he say? Lubricity.
That was the word of the day. Word of the day, lubricity.
The Police are so damn overrated. If I could live the rest of my life without hearing another Police song, I would be great with it. And that album they had, Lubricity, with that one too. I don't want to hear it.
That's funny.
You can't go to college and not get an ass full of the Doors and Police everywhere you go.
Get your Gen X lifestyle out of here. Come on. Come on now.
I just don't want to hear it anymore.
Just missed that one. I'm sorry.
By the way, no one has a goblet bigger for smelling their own farts than Sting. If there's a cloud of smug, he's right in front of it. He's catching it all. He might be able to save us all, actually.
He's probably in the middle of a desert right now, making love for hours on a bed with silk sheets.
It could be. Josh Haygood just nailed my favorite part. The Rex 121 Sage 5 lightweight is going to be a monster. And I'll tell you guys a secret. I knew about that last year because I heard about that story at Blade Show. So we know at least a year's gone by since it was safe to talk about. That's a good thing. That means maybe we're closer to getting it. But let me tell you something. I have some Rex 121. You're going to want that. It's stupid.
Well, it only if you don't ever want to sharpen it.
And you're okay with the steel that will patina faster than Maximin. It does do that. I love that Eric kept saying, talking out of turn. Don't tell on me. Yeah, the don't tell on me part was pretty funny.
We know that he's being like watched over his shoulder. We're sure of like people off camera with like cue cards saying, "Don't say that. Don't say."
They wheeled him in a what do they call that?
A Hannibal.
Yeah, in one of those straight jackets. They
truck.
wheeled him in on a dolly, and then they took the straight jacket off and they put him in the chair, and then they put him right back in it when it was over.
The lubricity of your city.
Message transparent knives. Brian would be happy to take a swing at that one.
Oh, you're right.
He loves singing. Well, thanks, Facebook user. Glad you're here. Thanks for watching. Looks like everybody's got some favorite parts to this.
Well, let's stop dancing around it.
I'm surprised no okay knife questions. I don't know what that means.
Well, I did obviously rewatch yesterday's episode.
Yeah.
Specifically looking for one 12-second segment in the middle when Eric started talking about M398.
Yeah.
That was an interesting little segment right there.
I know there's a mule. There's a mule for M398, right?
Yeah, but it's just like heat treated off of the data sheet. It's nothing special. It's just whatever.
Frank wants credit. I can hear it from here.
I might have asked several people to ask questions about it.
Oh, did you now? You seeded the audience, huh?
I can't remember. I think I asked Frank to ask about it. I asked several people to make sure. I wanted to make sure it came up at least once or twice. I wanted to make it look like the comments were flowing in. Eric couldn't hold off any longer.
Right.
It worked out. So yesterday during FFIB, Eric Lesser talked about M398, and he happened to mention it in the same sentence as he said, like the club knife. And my eyes got real big, and I kind of bit my lip, and Jason's face was, yep.
We've been talking about this for a long time, years. It's been in the work for years, and we haven't been able to talk about it. And it felt like at times that it was getting closer. And then also we were pushing it a little bit by doing the coin trick. So like Tom pointed out yesterday, that the 2021 coin has all the emojis on it for the frequently used emojis. And for some reason, I thought for sure we'd get caught. But nobody ever asked why there was a tiger at 12 o'clock. Everybody was like, well, I get the eggplant. I get the avocado, right? I get the Stony Moto. So why is there a tiger? And no one really put it together. So this year, I decided that we would put a big freaking tiger on the coin, and surely that would work. And even then, it still took a couple weeks. You guys might have noticed that the chemical compound around the perimeter of the coin is the M398 alloy mixture. So a chemical composition of M398. That was by design as well. We figured if you didn't get the tiger part, then maybe you get that part.
Several people, well, quite a few people have attempted to solve this, and I've got a good number of people that have put that together at least, which is
that's been figured out, right? Yeah. So everybody knows that there is M398 on the coin, but nobody really knew what the tiger meant. So knowing what you know about the emojis, what do you think the tiger is? Let's throw that out there. What do you guys think we would use a tiger for?
My emojis always capture the vibe, the essence, if you will, of whatever knife it is. And the tiger, it was
What's the
easy.
what's the first thing you notice about this big freaking tiger on there? What
It's
color is it?
it's gangster, so it has to go with the cool steel. So it's a good. That's one of those emojis. First requirement before I allow any emoji to be assigned to a knife is it has to be like a cool enough knife for how cool and badass the animal is. And a tiger is my favorite animal, so it's pretty cool.
But what color is it? Yeah. So there you go. We're talking about yes, Facebook user. You're very astute. It's gonna be an orange knife. So what could that mean? That's what it means, kids. That's what it means. So we've been told not to talk about it. Kind of keep it quiet. No reason to get everybody all revved up for something they can't have.
Which I'm glad. I'm glad it's been enjoyable. It's been painful, but it's been enjoyable stringing people along. I will say it has been.
My favorite moment, my favorite part of this whole thing was when it would come up in conversation and I would just respond with the emoji. That made me laugh so hard. Thank you to all of you that I tortured with that. It was really funny to do that to you, and I don't regret it a minute. Jake's right. It is a M398 Pochi. It's gonna be orange. No, it won't. I got outvoted on that one. It won't be. So, kids, since the idea for this came up a long time ago, it was almost impossible to forecast how many to order. No idea. At the time we talked about it, the group was growing like 1,000 members a month. It was just
also
exploding.
it would have been like more knives than members at one point. We've been working on it so long; it would have been like a full run. Every member would have had to buy 2. We've been working on it that long.
Yeah. So we feel good with the quantity ordered. We feel good that it's going to be something that everybody's going to want. I don't really want to talk about it more than that because I don't know. Until it's real, I don't want to obsess on it too much until I know that it's like
We'll say this:
an inevitability.
When the release comes out and they say these knives are coming, you can get kind of excited, but you just like, yeah, I'll just wait till it comes because it could be 4 months. So who knows?
It could be a long time.
Yeah.
The man himself told us yesterday that they have not started on the steel because they're doing a new heat treat protocol that's going to be different than the mule. That's interesting. So the mule protocol was straight from the spec sheet. This one's going to be different, and that was through consultation with Sean Houston. So I'm very happy about that. Like if his touch is on it, I feel good about it.
Sean Houston, also known as Triple B Handmade, that little B on the back of your 15V knife.
So if you like your 15V, then you're gonna like it.
Sean has in secret been cooking up different heat treat batches of M398, which makes me unbelievably happy that I know it's being optimized by someone who knows how to put it to use in a knife.
Did he say the quantity ordered? No, he did not. I'll be honest. I'll be perfectly honest with everybody watching right now. I don't remember the exact number because it's changed a couple times.
I do. I knew at one point, but now you got me questioning it.
It changed twice.
Yeah.
3 times. So not sure. Yeah, the mule. I just watched Pete test his. Sal actually sent one to Australia so Pete could test it and do his rope cut test with it. And what he found is that his sharpened edge was twice as good as the factory edge, which was interesting. So 17 degrees per side, up to 1200 on the stones, and then stropped at 3 micron, I think is how he does it. It cut twice as much. It cut considerably more than his M390.
Oh, cool. Good.
So it was in line. But what's weird is it was substantially lower than his Magna Cut. His Magna Cut was way more.
Well, I'm surprised
So
MagnaCut's even more than M3. I mean, I would have thought those two would
shouldn't
have
be.
been
Shouldn't be.
similar-ish.
It shouldn't be, right? But his MagnaCut score was bananas.
Yeah, I haven't
It was like
seen that.
1,600 pieces of rope.
Huh. Well, that's a lot.
It was it was more than Maximid, I think. It was a ton, right? It didn't make any sense, but he did it. So there's too many variables in his test. His test is cute. I'll enjoy watching it. I do like the fact that you can average all the knives he's done and look at them on a
Oh,
graph.
that's awesome. Yeah.
But there's still variables there, right? And it's not exactly a scientific test, and he'll tell you that. It's just a way to test it. But the mule did well. It was extremely stainless. He put it in some salt water along with MagnaCut, and it did get spots on it. But he said he was able to wipe them off with just a
Oh,
towel.
cool.
So it's extremely stainless, and that's because the chromium content is way high. It is 20% chromium. That's why it says CR20 on the side of your coin, because 20% by weight of the steel is chromium. Yep. So Eric said that they had sent 3 more coupons to be tested again, right? So they've tested and tested, and he wanted 3 more coupons tested for a third time. So now, if it's good, we'll move forward.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be really cool.
It's gonna be amazing. Pretty stoked.
This is
So
my dream. This is like my dream come true. Like literally, this is what since I started doing Instagram, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago or whatever. This has like been my dream. I'm gonna have my own knife one day, and I was just like, I don't know how and in what capacity that's gonna be, but I wanted my own Spyderco like this. I wanted my own exclusive PM2 or something cool, like some kind of knife with my name somehow associated with it. And via the group and this awesome community, we have the audience to make that happen.
Do you remember when we hit 1,500 and I came at you like an excited puppy and I was like, let's go find a dealer and let's order a knife? And you were like, slow down.
We're growing. Yeah.
I was mad. I was like, no, let's go. It'll take a while. And you're like, dude, let's slow down. So the M398 that Cedric tested was the mic.
The mule, I'm guessing.
It was the mule. So it had the
factory
Bowler heat treat, right, from their spec sheet. Now, Eric talked yesterday. I really enjoyed where he was talking about how the steels have different protocols depending on how you intend to use the steel. So you have to think about the steel makers are making a product, but they don't really know what the end user is going to do with it. So the heat treat protocol from the manufacturer is a great place to start, but it doesn't necessarily optimize it for the usage on a pocket knife, right?
They're metallurgists. They're not necessarily knife makers.
Right. And the problem is also the knife makers are not metallurgists. So sometimes knife makers will just go what it says on there. Sometimes they go opposite and they do it their own way. And what Sean's doing is he's kind of blazing a third path where he's respecting the protocol on the form, but he's also able to do some other things to tweak it. So in the past, I've always been kind of suspicious about heat treat voodoo, because some knife makers make it sound like, well, we've got a special heat treat that no one knows. And you're like, do you?
Is it on an S35 VN knife? Are you talking about that?
Right. I mean, there's a lot of examples of it, right?
Yeah.
But and they'll wink nod about how they really tweaked it, and you're like, well, I don't know if you are or you aren't. I can't tell.
I will say though, I've sharpened quite a few CRKs. That S35 VN does feel different than some. I'll say that. I'll give in. So I can see that.
No, you don't need a coin to get a knife. That's not what we're saying. What we are saying is when they eventually sell out, everybody's going to start flipping their coins for $150. And those of you who waited a year to not buy a coin, all of a sudden will want a coin because you can't get one anymore. And then you'll be super pissed about having to pay $100 for a coin or $150 for a coin. And I don't like anybody having to pay $150 for a coin. It's just a club coin. And I realize that they're worth money sometimes because they're rare, but I don't love it. I don't love the fact that happens. So if you like the club, I don't know why you wouldn't want the coin, because it's kind of cool.
Yeah. We've been promoting this, so it may seem like there must be a lot of them. There's like maybe 15% of what we ordered left. There's not like a lot. Most of them have been all sold off. So there's not much left. So when this knife comes out, I have a lot of people are going to want to match them up. So
I want to anticipate problems, and the problem I see coming is that there will be a day where these will no longer be available, and everybody who has a knife without the coin, they're going to go, and they're going to want it to be completionist, right? So, what's going on, Brandon? Welcome. Thanks for joining. What a deal, Josh.
Okay. Suspicious, Josh. The dollar sign after the number I see sometimes.
Scammer.
100%.
Block. Ban.
Boom.
Out.
That is actually a sign. If someone messages you and they send you a price like that, I've seen a lot of scammers because it's different currency and they just write different.
Hey, look who's here. Hey, everybody. I have a request for you. Don't start spamming Jeff every day asking if the knives are in yet. Okay? If you do that, it won't go well for you. If I find out that you're doing it, then I'll come at you and I'll go, hey, don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay? You will know. All right? Do you think we're not going to tell you? We're going to let you know. But don't bother the man. Don't bother his team. Let's not spam Cutlery Shop every day for updates, okay? Stay tuned to the live streams. This is the best place to get information. Tom and I talk about top of mind stuff in this show. So if you want to stay tuned to what's going on in the club, this is the best place to go. We're not going to give away a ton of more information about the knives because, you know, there's no need to rev everybody up. Also, I don't want to type it 1,000 times. So my favorite part, Tom, is that everybody's been messaging me lately. Has been going, I bet you've been getting a lot of messages like this, but
I bet if you accept my message request, because I've never talked to you before, I have a question to ask you that everyone wants to ask.
Hello, my friend. I
Hello,
know
sir.
everyone's bothering you, but would you mind telling me all about it?
I can keep a secret. Everyone must be really good at keeping secrets because everyone's not going to say anything.
Here's something else that Tom and I want selfishly. We want you guys to get all the knives. Wouldn't it be sweet if they only were in the club? We know it's not possible, but wouldn't it be awesome if all of us had it? It'd be kind of sweet. So we're excited. We're proud. We're happy. What else, Tom?
I just think it's funny how long I've had to watch. I mean, at least it goes in waves, I guess. When it happens a lot. But when people say like, "Oh, dude, we should get," have you ever thought about doing a club knife? Have you ever thought about that before? I'm like, no. What? That's been years of I never even thought about that. So it's just funny. I've seen that comment so many times, and now it's freeing to have this weight off my chest. Be like, yes, I have thought about it a lot.
Yep. So there you go. There you have it. That's everything I can think of at the moment. That's where we're at. We're both excited about that. The conversation with Eric was great. He talked a lot about steel. He talked a lot about before we went live, we were able to kind of prime him with what we wanted to talk about, but he's really good on his feet. He just, you know, I would set him up with a topic and he'd hit it.
Well, like when you're asking what I specifically asked him, like, what are basically the no-go areas? Like, I want to make sure if there had anything like was a touchy subject, like I don't want to talk about that. It's not figured out or anything. So I don't care. Just ask me whatever you want to ask me. Like what? Anything. Okay.
I was super happy with that. He told the coal mine story because I had heard that from another source, and it's such a good anecdote.
Yeah.
So I was glad he brought it up. If he wasn't going to go right there, I was going to try to like prime him a little bit. But that's such a good story. Can you imagine, Tom? Like you're like, what's under there? How deep is it?
Can I imagine? Yes, because I work in construction, and that is like that's why I hate construction.
That's the kind of stuff that give you nightmares, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
like
like.
forgetting. That's like forgetting that you have a final in college, and then like 15 minutes before the final, you're like, "There's a what?"
I mean, I'm sure that costs like a lot of money to fix.
Maybe they use that same stuff they use for driveways. You know, they drill a hole and they spray the
Spray
the
foam.
schmoo. Yeah.
That is pretty impressive. I like watching them. Like they level like the front steps that have sunken in away from the house foundation.
Someone
That
told me that it doesn't work well, and it looks like it works pretty good in the video. So,
I mean, there's companies that do it professionally in Portland anyway. Like
right.
there's
So why would
ads
it not
for it.
work well? Is it only temporary? Is it
No,
like marshmallow fluff?
don't anyone out there, fill things with spray foam that expands to like 1,000 times its original size. Don't do it. It's not fun. Careful.
Hmm. Jake. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys need to go to the Eugene Knife Show. I
So
wish I
yeah,
could go.
one thing Eric talked about, and I'm really happy. I didn't prime him on this, and I'm happy to. So I'm from Eugene, Oregon. It's like 2 hours south of Portland. It's where the University of Oregon is, where it's most known for. It's where Nike came from. It's a very heavily sports-oriented college town, um, and I never knew why Spyderco came to the knife show, the Oregon Knife Collectors Association show there. So I found this out, and I got to hear the story from Eric about how long he's been going to this Eugene knife show. And Eugene's like a town of like 200,000 people. It's not a huge town, but they have this knife show, and Spyderco goes to it, and they've done commemorative knives for the show. He's met lots of really famous makers and lots of friends and stuff there. I met Eric there for the first time. Was the Eugene knife show, so it's kind of special place to me. It's a much different experience than other shows, but hearing Eric tell that and how he's going to Eugene this year and he's bringing his son because his goal is that the son will be the next Glesser. So he's like, it's gonna be really cool. Like he's making that his son's life the way he was grown up, and then the knife show's part of it. Oh yeah, Rich is gonna be there.
I think it just has to do with the fact that Sal's peers were always at the show, right? So if Almar is going to be there and Bob is going to be there, then he wanted to be there, just hang out with his buddies. So I think that's where it started. Oh man, you guys got to swing by and get yourself a flight tag. Jeff, you gonna bring some flight tags? I'm sure you are.
So the Candyman's coming. I'm hoping I can pick the Candyman up from the airport. It's my goal. I want to pick Rich up from the airport and show them. He's been here before, but I would love to pick him up and show him around my favorite parts of town.
Do it with some sort of haughty accent. This is my Portland. Yeah, Paula, you bring up a great point. It's not the first time I've heard Eric say that. It's probably the 10th time I've heard him say that. They don't make deep carry clips because they don't want to ruin the market for everybody else. They're also really, really proud of their clip. Like Sal's like, my clip's better. And
Also, what do you want them to do? You want them to copy Casey Lynch's clip, or
right.
like what do you want? You want them to create some other new design? Okay, well,
I'm comfortable, Tom, saying that they could come up with something new because they are good at that.
They could. But
yeah,
everyone in their mind has this idea of like they'll custom make a deep carry clip in bronze finished titanium. Like, no, they won't. It'll be made of steel.
The reality I think Spyderco knows is that this is good for their business. When there's aftermarket parts for your stuff, that means people like your stuff enough to customize it, right?
And buy more than one.
And then buy more than one because you're going to modify one and you're going to, keep one original. So I think they know that. And so they're really supportive of it. And I think that's great too. It's pretty killer.
Yeah. So the Oregon Knife Collectors Association show is in Eugene, Oregon. It's on Friday and Saturday. Fridays, if you're a member of the club, which I am not. And Saturday morning, pretty early, the show starts. Jeff, what time does the show start? Because last year I drove down from Portland and I thought I was like early, and I was not early at all. I had missed opening, which is okay. But it's all day Saturday. You can go there. It's really cool for a different type of experience than Blade Show. 9 a.m. Okay.
Seth Gilman is on point. Sal invented the pocket clip.
Yeah, the original pocket clip.
If you guys have ever noticed, the Spyderco model numbers all start with a C. C stands for Clip It. Clip It is the name of the original clip that was molded into the Spyderco knives. So the idea of a pocket clip on a pocket knife was Sal's idea. So everybody else that puts a clip on their knives, yeah, the origin of that idea was Sal. Before that, everybody just slipped it into a holster or something.
So the C on the SKUs is for Clip It. So like C81 paramilitary 2, C is for Clip It. But there's like Jesters, they don't have a clip, so those have a different SKU number because it doesn't have a clip. Can't be a Clip It.
Mm-hmm. And the mules have an M for mule.
Yep.
Yeah, since the origins of the company, no matter how small or meager, they probably had a self-defense class for it. I bet they have one for a man bug.
But there's a trainer. There's a trainer made with Austix steel.
Trainer man bug.
Trainer is red, man. You know how many funny rumors that used to go around about like there can't ever be a red knife because red is saved for trainers. They're never going to give up red. We're never going to let St. Nick's have a red knife because it's not a trainer.
I'm going to get a trainer and sharpen it. That one's also my favorite.
I used to always hear that money, like, can't be red knives.
You're going to save no money to the same price. Yeah. Go ahead and get one with an edge on it. Well, Tom, I have some big news for the group.
I think I might know what this is, but let's hear it.
I think you know what it is, but I've got some big news that I'm going to share with everybody right now. Starting Monday, I have a new job. I'm going to be working at River's Edge Cutlery.
Well, that doesn't sound like a bad job at all.
I'm pretty excited. I won't lie. I'm pretty freaking excited. For the last, 5 years of my career, I've been working for big global banks, multi-billion-dollar global banks. And my job has been kind of working between the bank and major big box retailers. So I would go and visit places like Best Buy, or I would visit Walmart, and I would be an employee of the bank, but my job was to help the stores drive their business, and primarily with their branded credit cards, right? And there were parts of the job that were good and interesting, but there were a lot of other parts of the job that were not. And after doing it for that long, my soul was dead. I was not enjoying it.
Like, I know a lot of people's jobs suck, and I know you like driving and stuff, but are you telling me what you do for the day? And I'm like, that sounds like unsatisfying, unfulfilling.
Just to give you an idea, more than once I had a conversation with leaders, more than once, many times, where they would say something along the lines of, hey, do you remember when we hired you, we paid you more than you were making at your last job, so you're top of market? The extra money was for the inconvenience and the discomfort and the displeasure of the job. They were basically saying, we know that this is horrible and unfixable, but we're paying you to suffer. That was the mentality of the banks. So I was just hating it. And at the same time, it just wasn't fulfilling, and I don't feel like it was using my full skill set. So that's the most frustrating part to me, is when you are capable of things that your bosses tell you can't do, because it's like they can't imagine how to use that. It eats away at you over time. So I started looking a while ago, and I had some really cool conversations with Mike, and I will be going over there starting Monday. So I don't know if there's a title yet.
Are Are you working
Like,
in the showroom, or are you working something different? Or are you working in social media? What
I'm
kind
gonna
of
be
area?
doing I'm gonna be doing a little bit of everything, I think. I have a lot of sales training experience in my background. I've done a lot of retail. A lot of retail. So I can bring my retail experience to the showroom and teach and train there. I know a little bit about pocket knives, so I'm really good at teaching and training for new hires. I'm particularly um, steeped in things like mid-year reviews and end-of-year reviews, and establishing some sort of standards for what that looks like. Building and growing inventory, making sure we're buying the right stuff, we're not buying the wrong stuff. So inventory management is going to be something that I'm dealing with. I'm going to probably, I can imagine, I'm going to be taking over the rec report. I don't know if anybody else there really wants to do it. So maybe me and Evan will be knocking out the rec report. And I'm looking forward to that. Right. So
Drag Brian into it, kicking and screaming. Drag Brian in there. Make him do it.
I don't know anybody more humble than Brian and Mike. They don't love being on camera. It's not something that they're excited to do. So I don't mind. I'm a rodeo clown. I like being in front of the camera. So I think I'll probably be in the rec report. I hope I'm able to influence things like what products do we sell. I would love to be involved in meeting dealers, building relationships with manufacturers, and helping to grow and strengthen that. I'm super excited that I have this opportunity because now I can take what I'm passionate about and then combine it with a skill set that I already have, and I can do it for a living. So I'm super excited about it. I hope I'm able to fill in the cracks and give that team that's already firing on all cylinders an extra leg up, and give them, take them to the next level. I don't want to break what's already there, because all of you have already bought things from Rec, I'm sure, and you know what kind of people they are, and you know what they're about. So I want to help take them to the next level. I'm excited. They're going to start selling guitars, dude. I hope so. I miss that too.
You can be honest. They're just bringing you in there to park you in the showroom and talk to Philip Swincher, right? Like, distract him.
Me and Swinch are going to hang out.
Yeah.
But you know what's weird though? Knife dudes have way more money than guitar dudes. Guitar dudes are broke as hell. Knife dudes
Because
seem
they're
to
into
have an endless
guitars.
supply of
Yeah.
money. You guys are better at selling plasma than musicians. So congratulations. Well done.
Let me think of it. So maybe all these people trying to make money on the street with the guitar isn't as. Somehow people are getting knives. I don't get it.
I think it's hard to save guitar money. It's easy to save knife money. I think that's it. More than
Yeah,
anything.
but you can also. I was gonna say, like, you can resell knives. Like, oh yeah, you can resell guitars. That's a non-depreciating asset. I don't know.
So something else I want to say real quick. Since Tom and I started the group over 4 years ago, it's been very important to both of us that we enhance the hobby and that we do things to grow the hobby in general, right? So what did that mean to us? What that meant was stores and makers and customers need to get closer together. Just purely for selfish reasons, Tom and I wanted more exclusives. So what's a great way to get more exclusives? The best way to get more exclusives is to incentivize dealers that it's worth investing in them because they know they're going to sell them and they're going to be profitable. So we felt like, wouldn't it be nice if people knew about what was out there so that they could go and get these things that are out there? And I bet people would want it if they knew about it. That's the kind of the mindset of it. So we've always been really encouraging dealers to be a part of the Millie Club, to talk about what they have in stock so that you guys know what's available. We wanted to be the first ones to scoop it.
Oh, this is all. Don't think people. Oh, Tom, thanks for sharing this info. Like, all selfish motives behind the scenes, moving chess pieces around, trying to get these knives to sell so we can get more knives. So I want more exclusives. So yeah, we just want you guys to get stuff, connect the buyer and seller has been the goal of the group. And it's been really interesting because you guys know how many like interesting accusations and stuff we get about like involvement with dealers. And we've been very, very, very fair about everything, and we don't do anything interesting or strange. People accuse us of stuff sometimes. So I know Jason was been thought about this a lot before he went to work at a dealer. He wanted to make sure this was going to work. It was a good fit, and it wasn't going to affect in any way how the group operates or anything like that. It's very important to Jason that it stays as just, this is his job, and he's supportive of every dealer still. He's not.
Yeah.
I mean, every
Yeah.
dealer is still our friend, and Jason
We
just wants to make sure everyone knows that.
we don't intend for the group to be any different. It's not going to turn into Rec Room 2. There's already a Rec Room. The group is going to continue the way it is. Dealers can still post about stuff in the Millie Club. I'm not going to take down posts from another dealer just because I can. It's not going to happen, because it's still true that if the hobby is healthy and everybody's participating in the hobby, it's good for the stores. And when it's good for the stores, it's good for the manufacturers, right? Spyderco would not be expanding their factory and doubling their square footage if they didn't have a huge demand for their knives, right? Those aren't just going into a hole in the ground. Dealers are ordering those knives. So it's kind of working. We're seeing the hobby explode. People are participating. People are buying stuff. And then, anyway, the group, long story short, the group is going to continue to be what it is now. We're not going to see a change in the way that it's run. I'm not going to run this like it's Rec 2. Rising tide lifts all boats. That's right.
That literally is the description, metaphor, whatever you want to call it, that me and Jason use for this. It's how we've described it before, is the more knives that one dealer sells, because like there's a specific example of one dealer that not a lot of people are fans of that sell blue knives, and people would always take joy in those knives sitting on the shelves. Like, look, they didn't sell. And I'm like, yeah, but your red M390 knife now isn't worth anything because a blue M390 knife is still on the shelf. So is that make that cool, or does that kind of suck because those aren't selling?
Old
So,
stale inventory isn't good for anybody. It's not good for the hobby. It's not good for reorder. It's not good for the manufacturer. It's not good for the collector. It just isn't. I don't know who this is, but thank you. Thank you. Very, very kind of you. I'm starting to think I know who it is now. Yeah, so some dealers play nice and some don't. You can see the ones that are participating in the group a lot, they see a value in it. They like the camaraderie, they like the brotherhood, they like that we're building a tribe here. Tyler, thank you. Very kind of you. So anyway, that's I've been wanting to tell you guys for a while now, and I haven't been able to figure out how. And the best thing that's happened is Monday is like coming soon. So had to get it out. It's only feet, not OnlyFans, Jeff. I don't have an OnlyFans.
Was your change of career choice scary to you? What kind of major thoughts had to go into the changing your career?
Well, if you guys have been paying attention to the news, it's freaking scary world, right? Some weirdness going on. Whether it's politics or war or beer, everybody's got an opinion about stuff. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be seen. And it just feels like a scary time. And I have a family to think about, and I've got a mortgage to pay. And when I was younger, it was easier to make these crazy moves because when you're 25 and you don't own any damn thing, and you don't, nobody cares what you do or where you go, it's easier to make crazy changes. But when you're older, it's harder. So I don't know, Tom, to answer your question, I had to be mindful, but I wasn't scared. I believe in myself, and I believe in my skill set, and I believe in what I can do, what I can't do. And if this was something I didn't think I could do, then I would be freaking out more. But I don't believe for a second that I can't do well at this. I feel like I know the industry well. I know retail well. I know people. I feel like I can do this. So I feel I'm confident about it. But
one thing I think is
wasn't
really
a big change.
special about how this fits in. So we've gone to Blade Show 3 times. First time I went was 2019 or 20. First time we met Brian and Mike in person and went out to dinner with them. And these are men who own their own business and manage it, and they know knives, right? But they've always let us behind the curtain, just into their world, to let us kind of like act as an advisor in some capacity and like see what they do and talk to them and like give them some ideas. They're very That's what I think is cool, is because you already have that relationship with Mike, that he trusts you, he knows what you're doing, and it's a good fit between the two already. It's not like a big surprise what his personality is going to be like. He's Mike.
Funny story. I went to Rec one day just to hang out because I was bored, between jobs. So I had nothing to do on a Wednesday. And I just told my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm going to drive to Ohio and go hang out at the knife store. And she's like, okay, have fun. So, I pull in there, and Mike and Brian are used to me stopping by because remember when I covered Cleveland, I'd always drive through Columbus and go to Cleveland, and I'd stop in there on my way through town. And they were like, hey, man, you headed to Cleveland for work? And I was like, nope, I'm looking for a new job. And they actually both looked at each other. And I was like, oh, I know what that look means. Oh, look who's here.
They're gonna use you for your
Alex,
skills.
how are you, my friend?
And for your looks.
If you want to know the power of VPN, here it is.
Oh, I see. They just want to use you for your hair, though. Admit it. They just want you looking good for advertising. You're going to be the model. You're going to be the new. Okay, Jason's real job is he's taking over for Riley Kent wearing the avocado costume.
If there's an avocado costume to wear, it won't be me. I don't know. Actually, that sounds kind of fun, though.
When you wear a costume, it's like permission to do dumb things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like carrying a ladder places. You can do dumb things in a costume. You can go places you can't go.
I would go find like the grumpiest, surliest knife maker and annoy them. And then,
say hi to Greg for me.
What's that?
Say hi to Greg for me.
I mean, I would just, that does sound like kind of a good time. Maybe there'll be a scorpion costume. That sounds great.
Oh.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you. Yeah, Seth puts out a good point, though. If I was wearing an avocado costume, small price to pay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see who draws. Maybe we'll just do a coin flip. I could fly you out, and you could do it.
Ooh, I'm definitely coming to visit now, for sure.
Well, thank you, everybody, for the kind words, for the support. I appreciate it.
I'll just say this. I don't want to speak too much out of turn, but Jason had a very big transition in life, and I was worried like he was gonna have a really bummer of a winter, and he's pulled through this, and now he's going to have an awesome, cool job. And he sent me articles about your not so awesome old job, and it sounds like this is for the best, for sure. This is the best thing that could have happened.
This has been the craziest 6 months of my life, no question. October started with my spinal surgery, and then I was on medical leave while I was recovering from spinal surgery. And then, the job change happens in January. And since then, I've been home a lot. And it's been incredible. It's been incredible to spend this much time with my family, especially my daughter. Being able to put her to bed every night is something that I wasn't able to do while I was working because I was on the road so much. So that was a big change. So it's been really wonderful to be able to, do that. But I'm ready to get back to it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I
know you don't. You're funny because I guess it's not like I sit around, but like you definitely don't have the patience of being non-productive in society, or however you want to say it. You need to do stuff, and you had enough time. It seems like that you're ready to go back at it.
I have more to do.
Yeah.
What else should we talk about?
And that was a big one. I mean, that's two big ones. What else did Eric say? Maybe we could think of real quick. Like Tonto Shaman was said at one point. Just
Yeah,
a bunch of really cool things.
There's more Tanto PM2s that are
Really,
being.
what we're saying is, if you didn't watch yesterday's episode, it's 100% worth your time to go watch it. It's really good. I'm very proud of the episode, and there's a lot of cool factoids that get dropped, and it was great. Eric's an awesome guest.
He said Millie 2 is soon. They've been working on the D10. It sounds like they're in production currently, but I've heard that before. You know what else we put on our notes here? Why You So Fly. We didn't get to that one.
We did get to that one off camera.
That's true. I asked him about the autonomy. It's funny, like this just showed up, and I know it's been gone for a while, so I thought maybe he'd have some anecdotes. But man, he really had a lot to say about this knife. It was interesting. I didn't know there was that much to say about it, but I can tell that that one tickled him. You know what else was cool that I thought? Like even off camera, when we were showing him aftermarket scales, he was delighted.
Oh yeah, for
He
sure.
was like, "Whoa, crazy! What
Is that titanium?
Is
Yeah.
that a standoff? I thought it was a standoff. Is that titanium? No, it's aluminum. Interesting." And then you showed him a tie knife, and he got excited about that. He was genuinely stoked to check out aftermarket stuff. It was neat.
My favorite thing was, I thank you for setting me up for getting to tell a story about how sharp I can make a knife to Eric Glesser, because that was really fun bragging about how sharp I can make a knife to Eric Glesser.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Could you say, Tom, that you made it more sharp?
The morest sharpest.
Yeah.
I have been enjoying it.
Yeah. We know, Martin, you're watching right now. I think Eric wants a set of the graffiti scales.
Oh my. If you can write Spyderco on a set of scales, I'll send you 2 sets of scales if you make one of them into a set of scales for Eric.
That'd be badass.
We'll figure it out. Me and Martin got some stickers coming.
That's awesome. John Scarborough. Yeah. Stay on point, John. I like it. Rex 121. I am stoked, guys. Really. It's such a fun steel. And HRC on that is higher than Maximate. So it is really a pain in the butt to sharpen. It cuts okay with your stones. It just takes forever. It takes a long, long time to sharpen it.
So this is funny. So Martin is an artist. He did the scales, but this is the box he sent me.
It's awesome.
Do this tomorrow. Get out to you Monday.
Martin, do you know much about the history of graffiti art? I wonder if you know the history of it, because I have a very specific question. Here in Indiana, somebody back in the late 80s went all over the state and wrote "Trust Jesus" on everything. And I mean everything. Like it was on overpasses, it was on like telephone poles. You'd see it everywhere. And it was always the same kind of script. So it was one guy doing it.
In paint?
Yeah. And it would just say "Trust Jesus." And I've never been able to find an answer to like who did it or anything about that. But it seems like in the Midwest you'd see it a lot.
Maybe it's a really complex gang tag sign.
No, it was simple. It was very easy to read.
Well, that's what I'm saying is maybe instead of like whatever, it was "Trust Jesus" was the name of the gang.
I think maybe it was somebody's grandma, because it was written very nice and easy to read. Like she's just telling everybody to remind them, hey, trust
she's reminding people that she just doesn't respect other people's property.
You have a trust problem? Jesus is where you should start.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I'm questioning myself. I'm pretty sure it was "Trust Jesus." Jesus saves. I've seen that too. Crap. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep searching and make sure I'm not wrong. I thought it was "Trust." All right. Well, thanks. Jake Mack. That's not just the military, dude.
Has anyone worked construction before and ever been into a porta potty? That is like a symphony of delights of graffiti art.
I like the viral reel that's going around where the guy shows the lock, and it says poop with friends, and then poop alone, and in between it says like surprise me.
Dude, being in a porta potty and like having someone violently try to attempt to open the door is very jarring experience.
Yeah, it'll cut off the stream.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody tag Shepherd CC. Can you tag Eric Shepherd CC? He had some dick butt stickers made, Tom, and he's been going around and putting them on his friends' cars and then not telling them. He has one dude that won't talk to him anymore.
That's the reason.
He's got like a cluster of aftermarket stickers on his window, and Eric stuck the dick butt right on. So he's got Nos and a couple other things like, I don't know, Momo, whatever.
Nos. Edelbrock.
STP, Edelbrock, and then there's the dick butt. So it's a pretty funny trick. So Eric, nice job. It's a fine prank. Ooh, Tom, any good food lately?
Yeah, I did. So my diet, I only eat once a day. So I was waiting until 3:00 today. Kim got home and she brought home food from my favorite like to-go restaurant, which is Hawaiian food from Roxy's Island Grill. So I had Kahlua pork, shoyu chicken, and Calbee beef ribs, and mac salad and rice with da sauce, DA sauce, da sauce, which is like, I don't know, a bunch of sugar and more sugar in a sauce. Delicious. I don't know. You put on Hawaiian food, it goes in the whole plate. I had that today, and I am feeling good with that decision. I was like, I'm not going to ruin my appetite. I'm going to hold out till Kim gets home. And there was complications. There's multiple Roxy's Island Grills, and the one she went to was closed. So she drove across town, and I mean a different town than Portland, to get it and then come back to Portland. Ooh, I ran out of ice cream last night. Milkshakes have been 100% on the menu lately. Because I had a milkshake last night and I killed the last of the ice cream.
Mahalo. That sounds good. I haven't had anything, crazy good lately.
What else have I had? I went to Alberta Market yesterday. I got legit wings. Like, I didn't realize this place is known for wings. They have this big glass box, and they're sitting there like throwing wings around, and they're like hot as hell, like temperature wise, and they're fresh and crispy, and they're like the whole wing, like this part, all the parts of the wing, and that was good chicken wings. I had some homemade ranch. I made my own ranch instead of going to a restaurant. I made my own ranch. My mommy would be very proud of me because growing up, it was vital that we had Hidden Valley homemade ranch available. So I had some Hidden Valley homemade ranch and some of this chicken. Oh, yeah. So I have had pretty good weekend food, actually.
It's pretty good, man.
I'm making myself hungry. I'm making myself hungry from things I already ate. Because now I want to go eat more Hawaiian food.
There's a Jamaican reggae grill in Carmel that they had to close down because they tore down the strip mall that it was in, and they keep promising that they're going to reopen. And I just keep hoping that they will, because man, food's so good. The plantains, especially, like the meal comes with plantains, and I'll always order an extra side. And they always tell me, they're always like, it comes with plantains, and I'm always like, shut up, I want more. So good. I'm too scared to try making them at home, though. I don't know. I have a feeling there's some sort of magic fat that they fry them in.
There's magic. No, I can't make anything that a restaurant makes. Like, no, it's whatever magic it is. Just let it be.
It just sounds like a dirty joke waiting to happen. Like, is that a prank? Naughty
Well,
dog.
if you did, you better not tell anybody.
I try not to go to Bloomington. Not a fan. Yeah, not my town.
Well, I had some Rice Krispie treats that have been amazingly tasty too.
Yeah,
I had one right before the show. Actually, it was delicious.
Are they medical?
They were potent.
They also contain CBD. Smashed fried plantains with honey. What? That sounds good. I didn't know you could eat them like that. I was thinking it might be coconut oil. I think they might cook them in coconut oil, not butter. It's like the magic rib sauce at the Chinese restaurant. What are those little ribs that you order? They call them spare ribs. It's
When
like
they're
the
cut
toughest
this
piece
way
of pork.
instead of this way, and they're like, yes.
It's like they've been cooked for 12 hours, but you can't say no.
I don't get those. I don't get no.
It's like eating pencil
But
eraser.
I mean, the Hawaiian ribs are the same way, but they just taste different.
I need to try that. There's a Venezuelan restaurant near me, and I haven't been there yet. And I keep driving by going, I should try it. I bet it's good. Birria tacos. Dude, I just saw Kent the Cowboy Cook just did a YouTube video about how to make them. I'm going to have to watch that and make some.
We've got a new taco spot, a birria taco spot, 10 blocks away, 20 blocks away. It's called Papa Chulos. I want to go there because just a big. I like au jus. I like the juiciness of the meat, and you get like a bucket of it there to dip your tacos in.
That sounds good. Well, I think we're out of topics, Tom. Unless anybody else has something they want to talk about.
I got this. Ooh, yay, fun, exciting. Okay, cool.
You were very interested in the brown. Like, you asked me many questions about it, and I was like,
because I was worried that because I've seen, I don't know, it's a lot better than I thought. Actually, I was curious about it. It's just I know that this brown color used to not be popular at all, and now it is. And so I was really curious to see what it looked like on a smooth knife, and it's different than I thought.
I have a knife here in my hands that's not mine. It's going to Australia. I've got a PM2 skinny aluminum handled from AWT with the lanyard tube plug the way it should be. This thing is ridiculous. It's so good. The color is good. It's like a dark blue in the milling pattern.
Okay, tell me your thoughts on that finish. I don't know what it is.
What is it?
Yeah, what is that anno or is that coated?
It's not anno, it's Cerakote.
Okay, I thought so. It just feels it's not like any of my other AWT ones at all. And I have like a bunch of them.
This thing's the business. It's really nice. It's really nice. It doesn't weigh any more than a standard. Feels good in the hand. It looks cool. Really cool.
Feels really solid, right? Like it feels
great.
Yeah.
It even comes with a bag with all the original parts. The original scales are in the box. It's
so that's that was the coolest thing.
Right back to the original if you want to.
The actually coolest thing about those is people that wanted to switch the blades, like they send you all those parts and like you can like sell the scales, you can swap the blade back into another knife, you can do all sorts of stuff and get like all your money back.
Absolutely.
Because yes, it only comes as a built knife, but it's like the price of like buying those parts anyway.
Looks like I missed another Rosie Lotto.
Oh, was that
that was tonight? No, was it tomorrow?
There's first come first serve tomorrow.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna
people complain about lotteries.
Yeah, if you don't like the lottery, cool. Do first come first serve. Go guys, have fun. I'm not even gonna try.
We have a treat for you.
Yeah, you didn't like lottery? Well, you had a chance of winning that. So I think it's at 7:30 Eastern tomorrow on OzMachineCompany.com.
Seth was trying to hide his Maximate in plain sight.
Oh, Jake, you've probably seen mine, but where'd it go? I was excited when I won mine. I love it, and I put an edge on it. And you're right, Jason. You got me liking these really little bevels on these nice knives like this.
It depends on the knife.
Yeah,
Like I put a 17 on my Sabenzas, and it's a
yeah,
little big. It looks a little weird. Like they're sharp as shit, but they look a little weird. On a Koenig, the Koenigs look better with a steeper angle. Just make it really shiny and really steep, and they look good.
yeah. Koenig's a little bit too steep for me.
You wouldn't want to put a 15 on a Koenig; it would look really weird.
No, I wouldn't go down below 20. I don't think. I don't know. I take mine down to like 23. But yeah, but I was excited. I don't know. This was like a relief when I won this because now when we're standing in line at Blade Show, I'm not going to be stressing out of I have to get a Rosie and what if all the vendors or all whatever happens again this year. So I don't have to have that stress. Now I can just have an enjoyable time in line with my friends and get whatever comes up because I'm not on the hunt for anything super specific because that's what I was going to get.
Well, everybody, I think we're gonna put a pin in it. Call it quits. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for watching yesterday too. A lot of people watch that show, so I'm glad everybody.
Yeah, we had like
enjoyed it.
100 and something at one point watching live, which is a lot live. We get tons of viewers that watch this show afterwards, but live getting that many people watching is awesome. So
Yep.
that was really cool.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for always tuning in. Hope everybody has a very good Easter tomorrow. For our Jewish friends, happy Passover. And for our Orthodox brothers, next week is Pascha. This is American Easter. So tomorrow I'll post my traditional clip from The Simpsons where the Orthodox priest holds the sign up that says, "Today is Palm Sunday. Next week is Easter." So
I actually know what you're talking about. That's funny.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.